Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Community Health. We have 8 locations to serve you better. Our staff is dedicated to help you and your family. Here's your host, Vicki Soule.
Good afternoon and welcome to Community Conversations. As the intro said, I'm the CEO of Treasure Coast Community Health, which, if you're new to town, is a primary care home for folks who need any of the combined services of medical, dental, behavioral health. We have a couple of in-house pharmacies. We have x-ray machines, you name it. We're going to take great care of you. So please give us a call, 257-8224, if you're looking for a new provider. We are hiring additional people because we know that the need is pretty great in Indian River County right now. So don't be distressed. We have a number of ways to work you into our schedule, and we hope that we can help you in any way possible, because that's what we do. We work together to figure out solutions and fill gaps to healthcare in our community. We know we can't do it alone. And so part of that is interacting with the other nonprofit community members, one of which is here today representing the Rotary of Vero Beach Oceanside Club, Rick Gromis. So welcome, Rick.
Thank you, Vicki. Nice to see you.
Thank you. We see each other pretty regularly because I do belong to the Oceanside Club. And we've had other Rotary clubs here, but not recently. And so, Rick, why don't you give us sort of an outline of what the Rotary Club involves and, if people are interested, how they might be active with the Rotary Club?
Sure. Rotary is matter of fact, it is the first service organization that was started here in the United States in 1905, and it's grown all over the world. We have 1.2 million members around the world, and it's just a great service organization. We believe that getting together in fellowship leads to opportunities for service, and that's what we're about, service above self. We're about service to our community here locally and around the world. Mm-hmm. We believe in high ethics in not only our professional life, but in our personal life as well. We believe that that service should be a part of everyone's everyday life because those who have been given much is expected. And finally, we believe that service will lead to goodwill, better friendships, and hopefully one day peace around the world.
Hopefully. But certainly, having interacted with a number of individuals who have come to the United States for some additional training, I completely endorse that international effort to bring peace to the world. And in fact, it's one of the stanchions of concern that we have and try to address. There are, as you might expect, a number of goals that each club or each district, a group of clubs might have. But there are certain things that go across all the world, and peace is certainly one of those. They
do, and we just had something here in Vero Beach, and actually Indian River County. There are 5 Rotary clubs here in Indian River County. We all get together and put it on something called Homestay, where we bring in other incoming district governors from around the world, and we show them around Vero Beach and all the great things we're doing, and just get together in fellowship and learn more about them so they can learn more about us. We've been doing this now for 46 years, and we just had people from Germany, England, Ireland, the Netherlands, and from Sweden here with us for a week in January, and it was a great experience for both them and for our Rotarians here locally. We learned a lot about them, and they learned a lot about us.
And you've established friendships over that short time period as well, I've seen, that have created a way to then continue interactions.
Absolutely.
As we go overseas or they come back here. It really is the beginning of something really wonderful.
Absolutely. While they're here, they stay with local Rotary families. We had a couple from Ireland stay with us for a week, and they've invited us to go to Ireland and stay with them. And we probably will take them up on that because we always wanted to go to Ireland. So it's something that I think is a great thing about Rotary, which is it is international. We had an incident here where we just had a Rotarian that was up in Orlando where they were having a conference, and she was from England, and her husband had a heart attack. Well, a lot of our Rotarians came together to make sure she had a place to stay while her husband was in the hospital, make sure that she had visitors and was taken care of. So it's a family, worldwide family, and it's a very interesting organization that's dedicated to service, as I said.
And one of the things that I noticed, those folks that have come over are probably more likely to be in a country that's doing well, shall we say, financially. But there are many around the world that also have Rotary clubs where economically their population is definitely struggling. And so we have a mechanism within Rotary to put certain funds aside and then vote in terms of how we might work with a Rotary club there to meet some of their gaps in service, whether it's maternal care or fresh water or getting the women to be able to be more self-sufficient, those types of things. And
yeah, absolutely.
That really appealed to me.
Yeah, absolutely. We have Rotary clubs around the world, not only in affluent countries, but in third world countries as well. One example is two of our Rotary clubs in our district, including our own, have projects going in Guatemala. And those folks really need some help down there. And we have sent a number of our people have gone to Guatemala and experienced firsthand what it's like and have done projects. One of the big things is it's amazing what water does to a community, having fresh water wells, because it would transform that society. Instead of spending the entire day hauling water back and forth that they have to go carry, now they have a fresh water well, and it absolutely changes the village and the ability of females in particular to now get educated and become part of the
entire health
fabric
aspect of that I can't ignore.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
We still have a lot of trouble across the world in terms of epidemics, and poor water sanitation is related to that.
Yeah.
We're almost there. We're the ones that are famous for trying to eradicate polio. It was eradicated in the United States because of vaccination efforts. So those of you that are still shy about, I don't think I want to get a booster for COVID, or I don't think my children need to have vaccinations, I would urge you to think differently. Vaccinations are a proven way to dispel disease contagion and eliminate or eradicate that disease.
Yeah, we've almost eliminated it throughout the world. It started here in the United States, and one of the Rotary clubs in the Philippines said, well, if they can do it there, we can do it in the Philippines, and that spread around the world. There are now only 2 countries in the entire world that are endemic. It's Pakistan and Afghanistan. So, and we're making inroads there, so it's getting close to being eliminated throughout the world.
Absolutely. So all of these service projects do take money to at least get them started. Okay, we're not responsible for everything, but you know, when you think about doing projects, whether it's through United Way Day of Caring or any other project that you or your family might get involved in, there's usually a little bit of cost to it. And so, fundraising is a part of how we complete our service.
Absolutely. But let me first touch on the international aspect of that.
Okay.
In the international aspect, we have the Rotary International Foundation, which is a huge foundation. And if you look it up, they're I forget what the number is, but it's well into the 90% of the money does go back to the charities and that they support. Mm-hmm. So it's a mechanism that the local and the local districts and the local clubs can participate on a national and international level to do projects. And Rotary International's foundation is the mechanism that's used to help promote that and also to help fund those different projects throughout the world. But you're right, on a local level, we also do quite a bit here just locally in our community. And as you know, there are so many worthwhile organizations and charitable nonprofits in this county that need help. And sometimes it's difficult to pick just one, but we have to do that on occasion. And this one that we're going to talk about, hopefully in a couple of seconds here, is the Learning Alliance, which we felt was in need of some funds to promote what they call their Moonshot Moment. Mm-hmm.
The Moonshot Academy, the Community Action Network, or MCAN, is a group of individuals who've come together, and they're from all across different businesses or interest levels in the county, but particularly those that understand that getting our children to read by third grade level is not as easy as it sounds, but it is absolutely essential, because up to that time, we've proven scientifically through good studies that the kids are learning until third grade. They are soaking up every bit of information they can. But in the public school system, no matter what state you're in, after third grade, they're expected to be able to read and comprehend and move on that education a little more independently. They've got to be able to read in order to learn. It's no longer hand-fed to them through pictures and teachers and tutors and all the rest of that. It really becomes a more independent thing. So when we started over 10 years ago, we thought, oh, this is going to be pretty easy. You know, we'll just start working with the kids in first and second and third grade. And the kindergarten teacher said, now, wait a minute. We've got some kids that are coming in here, and they've got great abilities. And then we've got others that have maybe a third of their vocabulary skill component. So when you talk about reading, you're really talking about language. And then, of course, as soon as you say language, well, we also have lots of folks who are still immigrating in. English was not their first language for them or their parents. And so you start peeling back the onion. And true to that analogy, there have been some tears along the way, but breakthroughs come from breaking apart all of those problems. And so that's what this group has done. They have really taught the whole community in a very minuscule volume about the science of learning, brain science, how neurons are created, you know, very, very early, even before the child is born, and how the system automatically starts weeding out those things that aren't used, and how important it is to keep filling that system up all the way from birth up through and including going over third grade.
Yeah, so I was really taken by how much it means to a young person to be able to read at a third grade level by the third grade. It transforms their life really in the levels that they can attain going forward. The graduation rates from high school, the entrance level into college, how well they do in college, it really makes a significant difference if they can read at a third grade level by the third grade. So I think it's a really great program, and one that's well worth our attention and our resources,
support.
Our resources and support.
Our support and resources. And I do want to say that there is going to be a summit in early April. If you are interested in learning more about MCAN, just Google that MCAN or the Moonshot Moment, Vero Beach, and you'll find a lot of information. And it's just like everything else. Consider yourself invited. A lot of people say, I didn't join Rotary because nobody ever asked me. So
consider yourself invited. Consider
yourself invited. Okay.
Yeah, there are 5 Rotary clubs here in Indian River County, and we have breakfast clubs, we have lunch clubs. Our club meets at 5:30 in the afternoon on Tuesdays, and we would love to have you join us. We're over at Big Shots over there at the golf facility there on Route 1.
Yeah, as close to Oceanside as we can get for the low rent district.
That's right.
Yeah. So we're going to take a short break, an intermission, to have a word from our sponsors. But then when we come back, I want you to talk specifically about the upcoming fundraising event that the Oceanside Club is putting on.
Wonderful.
Okay. Treasure Coast Community Health in-house pharmacies have the lowest prices in Indian River County, even lower than big box pharmacies. Taking your medication as prescribed leads to better health. Affordable medicine makes it easier. Treasure Coast Community Health patients can pick up medicine as they leave the office or use free delivery and mail order services. Pharmacists are always available to answer questions. Switch to TCCH pharmacies. Save money, stay healthy. 772-257-8224 and ask about our price match.
Create your restful retreat and save 50% now on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington Home during our winter sale and President's Day event now through February 28th at Sunshine Furniture. So sophisticated looks with a mix of contemporary, coastal, and Caribbean styles, Tommy Bahama Home offers everything you need for your personal paradise. At Sunshine Furniture, we have the largest selection of in-stock coastal and casual sofas, love seats, chairs, slipcover sofas, bedroom, dining, and occasional furniture from Four Seasons, Capri, Best, Barcalounger, Hooker, Universal, and more. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have anything you need for your patio or lanai, including a gallery of Lloyd Flanders, Berlin Garden, Woodard, Pollywood, Brown Jordan, Windward, and Kingsley Bate. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in Vero Beach next to Planet Fitness. Family owned and operated since 1991. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street.
Sunshine Furniture.
When you work at A&G Concrete Pools, you'll be swimming in benefits. A&G is hiring, and not only do they lead the industry in paying hard workers, they'll match your 401k, provide insurance, and offer paid vacation time. Stop looking for a job and dive into a new career. Switch to a supportive pool construction environment. A&G Concrete Pools would love to welcome you to the team. Time to lay the foundation for your long-term career. Apply online at gpools.com. A&G Concrete Pools.
And welcome back to Community Conversations. If you're just joining us, my name is Vicki Soule, and I'm the CEO of Treasure Coast Community Health, a primary care practice of 8 different locations here in town. So if you're looking for some healthcare related help, whether it's medical or dental or behavioral health, give us a call, 257-8224. We'll be happy to help you or just answer questions. We know how important your health is, and so you might wonder, why is she speaking on this program? Well, it's because we know we can't do it alone. We know that we have a wonderful, collaborative, philanthropic community, and we also know that we've got a lot of people who just don't know where to turn. So we're hopeful that each week, as we bring different guests online to talk about what they do, what they are involved with, that you might find the right spot that you've been looking for, or perhaps a friend or a neighbor. So by all means, share the information. We are on Facebook, and what more can I say? So I guess I should reintroduce my guest here. Rick Gromis is the president-elect for the Oceanside Rotary Club here in Vero Beach. And we've been talking about Rotary in general. It's an international club. It's not just here local, although locally we do have 5 different clubs. We're fortunate in that we all get along so well that we have multiple things that we do together. We have a big Oktoberfest in October, obviously, and we also do a number of sharing opportunities, whether it's projects, fundraising, or just getting together to socialize once in a while. So you don't have to feel like you just have to go to one. It really is a collaborative venture. And one of those things, obviously, are our fundraisers. In February, traditionally, the Sunrise Club, following their Christmas thing of sponsoring the parade, then goes to work with the Craft Brew and Wing Fest. And then in April this year, it's Oceanside's turn. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we had talked a little bit about our beneficiary, which is the Learning Alliance and their Moonshot Moment, but they're our beneficiary of this fundraiser that we're going to have on April 29th. It's really the kickoff of summer is kind of what we're calling our kickoff for the summer is our Island Days event. And when I say days, it's D-A-Z-E, not D-A-Y-S, and it has a Caribbean theme. It's Jimmy Buffett and that type of music and that type of vibe. It's starting to warm up around that time. Yes, it's starting to warm up, and the whole atmosphere that we want to create is one of having fun and a good time. And
so where's it going to be?
It's going to be at the Riverside Park, across from the Art Museum over there, and it's a beautiful area and
plenty of parking and a lot of space to spread out. We're going to have some live music. True Phonics is going to be the band playing some of that Caribbean music that you're all fond of hearing. And we're going to have a lot of vendors, and we're going to have food trucks and breweries. And that's the important part. They're going to have a pairing. They're going to have a pairing between the food trucks and the breweries. Each food truck will have a brewery that they're
going to be affiliated with, and you'll get a bite of food and some of their beer offerings for.
Although I've heard it won't be just beer.
No, you can. We'll also have other refreshments. There'll be hard liquor and spirits along with wine if you're not into the beer side of things. But
and lots of soda for the children.
A lot of soda and water and all the good stuff. It is a family affair.
Okay.
We hope to have a lot of fun. We have all kinds of contests for the young ones and for the old ones as well. We'll have raffles and drawings and all kinds of fun events all throughout the day. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And this is the inaugural.
This is the first annual. Hopefully it goes on. Just as every kind of fundraising event has to have the first. This will be our first attempt at this. But we think it's going to be a good one. And we're really excited about it and how much it'll bring to the community and to our beneficiary of this
absolutely
fundraiser.
You can't beat fun days out in the park, without a doubt.
We're actually calling it Party for a Cause, the cause being the Moonshot Moment.
And helping that initiative. Yes. And part of that initiative has been getting a book in every child's hands. You know, we have a number of little free libraries that different Rotary clubs have put up around town. But there's just something about having that book at home, being able to read it with a parent or an older sibling, you know, engaging the love of pictures and words and vocabulary. And then the comprehensive part starts kicking in second and third grades as the sentences get a little bit longer. So that all takes resources.
Yeah, it really does. And there are a number of little free libraries around the county. And I would ask that particularly the young folks, there's a dearth of those books. If you go to any of those little free, there's plenty of books there that we get donations for. But my wife and I were just out filling them up over the weekend. And I noticed that the young people books were not as many. And so if you have any, take them there and just put them in the little free library. It's a take one and leave one kind of thing. But if you have a few books that are for the younger children, please bring them and put them into those little small libraries.
By all means. And, you know, we know that technology has done some wonderful things, but there's nothing that replaces sitting on a lap and listening to a book in front of you. There's no amount of gyrations on a telephone, computer, laptop, whatever it is, that's going to replace the warmth that they feel and the memories of the love of reading at those early ages.
Vicki, and you know, the best thing about it is it's great for the little ones, and as a grandfather, I know it's great for us as grandparents. It gives you a warm feeling to be talking and reading to your grandchildren.
Well, and I can remember when my children were still small, first and second grade, you know, those days compared to preschool were so busy, and you know, you're rushing to get home and make dinner and help them with a little bit of homework, and you know, you're thinking, man, I'm done. But when they ask you, would you read me a book before bed, before I go to sleep? Oh my goodness, there's nothing that replaces that feeling.
Absolutely not.
Again, we're really pitching reading because it really is a great thing that will help advance our community. And that's really, really necessary. We're not in a big population. We know that we need to continue helping and supporting our children because someday they're going to be our caregivers.
Absolutely. You know, just to mention a couple things, we will need all the support you can give us, and that goes for sponsorships. We have a number of sponsorships available. If you go to our Facebook page, Rotary Club of Vero Beach, Oceanside, there's a link there, and we will get information to you if you're interested in being a sponsor.
And they can buy tickets.
And you can buy tickets there. You can actually get those at island-days.eventbrite.com.
Well, thank you so much for being with us
on the Facebook as well.
Really, we're out of time, but I so appreciate you being here, Rick.
Okay,
thank you
pleasure.
so much.
Thank you.
Have a great